One of the most prominent rules in a Nuzlocke run is if you lose a Pokemon in battle, it's gone forever and must be placed in the PC. Losing a Pokemon in a Nuzlocke can be heartbreaking, especially if it's a Pokemon like your starter or just a good Pokemon overall. But at least after losing a Pokemon, you can still use your remaining team members to try and win the battle from there on out. But what if when you lost one Pokemon, you lost them all? Today, we're gonna be taking a look at Pokemon Crystal and seeing if I can Nuzlocke the game with this idea in mind. So, if I lose a Pokemon, I lose my whole team. Let me explain how this is gonna work. If you saw my last challenge video, we used the random Pokemon generator to choose the team we played through the game with. This challenge will start with the same premise, a randomly generated team that we must start with. However, if I lose a Pokemon, the entire team must be re-randomized and regenerated in the game. Additionally, if I lose a team, the next team gets one less Pokemon as the team prior. So for example, if I lose a Pokemon with 6 on the team, the newly genned in team will have 5 team members, and if I lose a Pokemon then, the next will have 4, and so on. Items in battle are going to be allowed, as well as evolutions of our team members. Also, this video will only consist of the Johto portion of Crystal, but if you guys enjoyed this video and the concept enough, I would not mind finishing out Kanto and the red fight. And now with all that out of the way, I think we're ready to generate our first team. But before we do, make sure you guys leave a like on the video if you want to support it, and also do not forget to subscribe. Seriously, please subscribe. All right, here we are on the random Pokemon generator. You guys already know how this works. I don't have to explain it. Just generate 6 Pokemon from the Johto region. Let's go ahead and do this. I am nervous. Oh, okay, not bad. Not bad. Okay, so we have Raticate, Smeargle, Muck, Jolteon, Azumarill, and Porygon 2. This team's actually pretty decent in my opinion. We do have Muck, Azumarill, and Jolteon, all of those pretty decent Pokemon, especially Raticate, which is really good early game. If we can get some good moves on P2, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not guaranteeing we'll ever touch Smeargle. I really don't think we will, but let's get this generated in. Let's hop over to Pokemon Crystal. All right, so we all know the beginning of Pokemon Crystal. It's very simple. Someone stole from the lab. We gotta help our boy Professor Elm. Nothing really exciting happens until we get up to Falkner, which is obviously the first gym fight. So right now, I was just trying to grind my Mons up. Like I said, we're not really going to be using Smeargle too much just because, obviously, even if we were to level it up, it's not the best Pokemon in the world. I didn't want to risk losing Smeargle while training it and then have to just recycle the whole team. So there's really not too much to unpack here. I make my way to Violet City and then go up to the Sprout Tower just to get a little bit of extra training before we take on Falkner. But the thing about Falkner's team is that his ace is level 9, so it makes it hard to grind and not be over leveled. I'm pretty sure after the Falkner fight, I implemented in my head a no over leveling rule, can't go past the highest next gym leader's Pokemon. So that'll be a thing after Falkner. I don't know why I decided just after Falkner to do it, but yeah. Anyways, that fight went well. We got our badge, 1 down, 7 more to go. So now we got to make our way south to Azalea Town through the cave, and Bugsy was a gym leader I was a little scared for. Not really scared, but Scyther can do a lot of damage if you're not prepared. The only super effective Pokemon I really had at the time was Cyndaquil, so I couldn't do much. But that ended up not even mattering because I actually lost Bleezes to a hiker outside of the cave. I don't know what I was thinking. His Machop just did so much damage with low kick, and that was the end of Bleezes and the end of the very first team. I did not expect that to happen so soon. I was just grinding with speed up, and that's definitely why it happened, but unfortunately, Bleezes died. We gotta hop back over to the Pokemon generator. Let's get a team of 5. All right, we're back with our old friend, the random Pokemon generator. It's so good to be back. We got to get 5 Pokemon this time. Please, just having that one less slot could honestly mean so much if we don't get a good roll here. So please give me something good. Okay, we've got a Cyndaquil again. All right, so we get Cyndaquil. We also have Espeon, Poliwrath, and Golem. Oh my, yo, this Bugsy fight is going to be free. So I got the team all generated in at level 11. I decided for 11 because it was just the average of the levels of the team prior. So that's how we're going to be doing that. But yo, looking at this team, I am very, very confident for this Bugsy fight, especially Whitney coming up. We have a Golem. How is she going to touch us? Real quick, before going into Bugsy's gym, I go down to help our boy Kurt just to get a few extra levels before the gym fight. And then we were set. One thing I accidentally did before going into the gym was trigger the rival fight. And I was pretty terrified of his Croconaw. Thankfully, we were able to get through it, but since we had a Quilava, I was scared of it. Bugsy turned out to be way easier than I thought. Stiff the Golem was able to pretty much just one-on-one the entire team, and that was that. Next gym leader is Whitney and Goldenrod, and like I said, this fight is about to be free. We have a Golem. There is no way she can touch us. However, I definitely did need to grind before the fight, so we're gonna get up to like 19. I actually didn't even end up using Golem in this fight, which is pretty funny. I just used Quilava on Clefairy and then Poliwrath to take on Miltank, and that was pretty much it. Next up, we gotta make our way north to Ecruteak City, and Morty is a gym leader we really didn't have much for. My best super effective option is Confusion on Espeon, but even then, I can't take a hit from a Gengar or something. One thing we do have, though, is Golem's Magnitude, and thank God Levitate does not exist in this game, so we pretty much could just Magnitude everything in theory, but I definitely did need to make the team more well-rounded before going into the Morty fight. But real quick, before Morty, we gotta go check on the Burn Tower real quick and have another battle with our rival. I'm just scared of that Crocodile, man. I'm not trying to take any damage. Thankfully, once again, he went down super easily and it wasn't a problem. But now we have a bigger problem on our hands. How are we gonna get past Morty? Now, I knew Magnitude was gonna be strong in this battle, but I didn't imagine Golem just sweeping the entirety of Morty's team. But that's exactly what happened. I mean, I used Quilava a little bit in this fight, but I just swapped to Golem and Magnituded. I only got a 7 and it still one-shot the Gengar, so that's pretty sick. We got our 4th badge now. Up until this point in the game, we really only had Water Gun as a water move on Poliwrath, so thankfully, after beating Morty, we could go to the theater, take on all of the evolution trainers or the kimono girls, and then get Surf so we could teach it and finally get a good stab move. I mean, of course, we also need it because, you know, you gotta get to Cianwood City, but that's besides the point. We have Surf now. That's amazing. Once I finally got to Cianwood, I noticed a few things. Number one, I totally forgot to go to the lighthouse, so I need to go back and activate that before I can get the secret potion. And number two, I need to grind. The next gym is a fighting type gym, and my carry Pokemon Golem won't be able to do anything. So I pretty much need to train my Espeon up or get the rest of my team well-rounded if I do want to have a chance. I also realized that I don't have Rock Smash, so that's fun too. So make my way back to Olivine City to go to the lighthouse and meet our friend Jasmine. Of course, we gotta help this sick Pokemon before we can move on. I don't know why we have to do it, but let's go back to Cianwood, not only to take on Chuck, but to get the potion. Now that we're back in Cianwood and the team's a little bit more well-rounded around the level 29 area, Chuck's level 30, so I didn't want to go up to 30. I decided, let's just go ahead and take him on. Obviously, my key Pokemon in this fight was going to be Espeon, but since it was such a key, I decided not to lead off with it and let Poliwrath just handle the Primate. And I make a pretty bad misplay here. I decide to stay in with my Poliwrath instead of just getting the free switch to Espeon and then probably two-shotting. I don't know why I went for double slap here. I have no idea, but I swap out anyways, and he gets a dynamic punch off on my Espeon. And after hitting myself in confusion, this Poliwrath definitely had a chance to kill Espeon with Surf, but thankfully, we hang on with 16 HP, and I'm like, oh boy, what am I gonna do? I decided to actually send out Patches the Gloom, who I never even bothered to train up, but it's level 18, and I was like, okay, what are the chances that Patches can take a Surf? It's gotta be 100%. And it eats it up like breakfast. So thankfully I can use this turn to heal up one of my Pokemon. I just opt for the Poliwrath because I know it's a tanky mon, it'll eat up everything, and you know, Espeon's a little frail. I'm just a little scared about that. And thankfully he misses the dynamic punch on Patches. I bet that would have killed, and I bet that would have made us reset the team, but I didn't really know what else to do in this situation. I guess I could have just healed or whatever, but we swap out, we go back to Poliwrath. Then I just start chipping away at this big tadpole or frog, whatever this is. Eventually, I heal up Espeon and I'm able to get a free switch on a Mind Reader, and I just come in, hit the confusion, we're able to get the kill, and Chuck is done. Honestly, if it wasn't for Patches in this battle, the level 18 Gloom, I don't know if this would have ended the way it did, but thank God for Patches. So after that, I grab the secret potion, make my way back to Olivine City, head up the lighthouse and talk to our girl, and she's like, yo, thank you. Come take on the gym. Jasmine Steelix is level 35, so before going to the gym, obviously it would be smart to grind up, and that's exactly what we did. And after reaching like 31, 32 all around, I don't know, I really didn't grind that much. I think it just did a little bit on like Quilava and some of the mons that weren't so useful in the Chuck battle. Golem and Poliwrath were able to easily wipe out Jasmine's team. Magnemite stood no chance. And don't even get me talking about Steelix. I went for Sunny Day on my Poliwrath. That's a throw, Jasmine. That is a throw. At this point, we're honestly just cruising through the game. Like, this team is really solid. Having 5 Pokemon sucks, but at least they're 5 decent Pokemon. Obviously, no Gloom. Not the best, but it definitely held its own. Once we get to Mahogany Town, we head north to the Lake of Rage, where I encounter the red Gyarados, and I make one of the dumbest plays I think I've ever made. Actually, I don't know how dumb of a play this was. The Gyarados goes for Thrash and gets a crit on Espeon, and the whole team now is just gone. I just lost a Pokemon, not only to a wild Pokemon, but to a shiny wild Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie, that hit really hard. This team was growing on me. I was loving using it, but we gotta hop back on the random Pokemon generator. This time only generating 4 Pokemon. All right, it's time. Let's click the button, please. Teddiursa, Ninetales, Lapras, and Kingler. Okay, not bad. Well, Ursaring is fire. That's gonna be awesome. Ninetales, great. Honestly, this is a solid team. It sucks we got double water types, but I will take 2 solid Watermons over some bad Pokemon of whatever type. So the first thing we got to do with this new team is clear out all the rocket grunts and admins in the basement of this house in Mahogany. This is probably my least favorite part of Pokemon Crystal. Like, I don't really want to spend too much time talking about this, but I will say the new team actually pretty fired. This Teddiursa just got to evolve, and once it's an Ursaring, it's going to be amazing. The rocket grunts and admins were all pushovers. They were nothing from my boy Lotion the Kingler. All right, this is the god right here. You're looking at him. Lotion the Kingler putting the team on his back. So we beat Ariana and take on all of the Electrodes, and then there's really nothing else to do in Mahogany except for take on Price. There's pretty much no level jump at all in this point in the game, so there was no point in grinding, so I just went straight into his gym. Lapras was pretty much able to solo everything because they can't do anything to Lapras and it just fires off body slams. It paralyzes everything. It's great. So yeah, after soloing his entire team with Lapras, we get our 7th gym badge. Thank you so much, Price. It's been a pleasure. And now it's time for my least favorite part in Pokemon Crystal, or at least the Johto games, and that's the whole radio tower ordeal in Goldenrod. I don't know why I don't like it, but just going through the entire radio tower, you gotta get the card key, then you go down to the basement, then you come up with the card. Like, it's so annoying, and like, I don't know. All I'm really trying to say is that nothing truly exciting happens here until we get to the actual boss fights. Of course, we gotta fight a few rocket executives. And after running every which way in Goldenrod City, north, south, east, and west, underground, above ground, everywhere, I'm saying, we finally got it done. Team Rocket is out of here. They are disbanded, and we can go ahead and move towards our 8th badge. Oh, excuse me. Before we go to Blackthorn, first, we gotta go kill our boy Suicune. So obviously we can't catch it. I don't think the game lets you run, so I'm sorry, Suicune. All right, next time. Now we gotta go east from Mahogany Town, make our way through the Ice Path or Ice Cave, whatever it's called, and then finally we'll be at Blackthorn City, where we can train up and then take on the 8th gym leader, Claire. Now, I'm not gonna lie at all, I was definitely a little uneasy going into this fight. I feel like anytime you're gonna face a Kingdra in Pokemon, like especially non-randomized, just a normal Pokemon game, anytime you fight Kingdra, it's scary. So they go for Smokescreen, get you to like -6 accuracy, and then they just destroy everything because it's already such a strong Pokemon. And I can't even hit the Pokemon for super effective damage. The best thing I have for Dragon types is Lapras with Ice Beam, but it's not super effective, so. But thankfully, after a super lucky crit on -1 accuracy, we were able to secure the kill on Kingdra, and then able to secure our 8th gym badge, and now it's time to make our way to Victory Road and then the Elite Four. In Pokemon Crystal, I've always considered the Victory Road to be the trainers and path leading up to the Victory Road rather than the cave itself, simply because there's just nothing in there. There's basically just items, there's no trainers, you can grind in there if you want, but there's no trainers. It does not feel like a Victory Road at all. So with that being said, we just made our way through super fast and got to the final rival fight. Like I've said before with the rival, the only Pokemon that's truly threatening on his team is his starter, so if we can get rid of that, we'll pretty much be fine. And since I got Pokemon like Lapras and Kingler, they can't really hit me for super effective damage, so it's pretty much easy to handle the Feraligatr. Made our way through. Here we are at the Elite Four. So how the Elite Four in this run is going to work is I'll save before each trainer, and if I lose a Pokemon in that fight, we'll reset, I'll gen in a new team, and just restart the match from there. Other than grinding, there wasn't else for me to do but to go ahead and take on the Elite Four. We don't have access to a lot of TMs in this game, so it's not like going out and fighting TMs to teach my Pokemon would really be that valuable. Like if I could somehow get Flamethrower on Ninetales, that would be a lifesaver, but unfortunately, it's not possible right now. But I think it's time we go ahead and hop in the Elite Four and figure out if we can beat Pokemon Crystal while losing our team every time we lose a Pokemon. So of course, the first Elite Four member will use his Psychic type Pokemon. Unfortunately, I don't really have any moves that can hit Psychic Pokemon straight up, but thankfully, a lot of Will's Pokemon are dual typing, so we can make up for that by hitting the other type for super effective damage, just like Jinx or Exeggutor. Ninetales ended up taking out Exeggutor as well as Jinx, and I was easily able to knock out Xatu with Ursaring, and then I used a combination of Ursaring and Lapras to wither down Slowbro to finally get the victory. Next up, we have Koga, and this is definitely one of the easier fights in the Elite Four in my personal opinion. The only really annoying Pokemon is Mutt because it can just spam minimize, and once that happens, it's honestly just over. You might as well just reset your game. But thankfully, I was able to handle the muck easily with Ursaring just by going for slash twice. It was a clean 2-shot, and we got it. Kingler was easily able to take on Venomoth. Ninetales stepped on Fortress, and Lapras froze this Crobat to death with an Ice Beam. Clean 1-shot. It was unreal. And after that, that's 2 Elite Four members down, 2 more to go, plus the champion, obviously, but we made it halfway through. That is great. Now, Bruno coming up, I was actually really scared for, and the biggest reason for that was because Machamp. I'm pretty sure that it's a fact that a cross-chop crit from Machamp could easily one-shot any Pokemon on my team right now, so I would need to kill that ASAP if I didn't want to get destroyed. The beginning of Bruno's team really wasn't hard at all, but when that final Pokemon came out, aka Machamp, it just went south so fast. And I healed up to full with Kingler, and he got a cross-chop crit. It just one-shot Kingler. There was no coming back from that. So unfortunately, we have lost on Bruno, which means, of course, need to reset. We'll change the team, and we're stuck in the Elite Four, so we'll see how it goes. All right, the moment of truth. Here we are in the generator. Please give us a good set of 3 Pokemon. Just at least one of them. Please has to be good, because if it's not, there's no way that we can get through the rest of this. Please be something good. How do we get another Cyndaquil? How is that even possible to get another Cyndaquil? Now, I know there's an Entei on my screen, but that's the thing. We have gotten Cyndaquil 3 times. I'm just baffled by that. I'm not complaining. I will take Entei any week. I just can't believe we got Cyndaquil 3 different times in this video. Obviously, Ditto's pretty interesting too, but what is going on? We're doing this. No rerolls, no mulligans. If the game wants us to have a Cyndaquil, if the Pokemon gods want us to have a Cyndaquil, fine. All right, I'll have a Cyndaquil on my team. I checked everyone in at level 45 because that was the average level of the previous team. And now it's just time to see if we can take on Bruno now. The one thing that we do have in our back pocket is Transform Ditto. So if anything goes wrong, we could possibly, transform. I don't know. I feel like we're going to have to use that against Lance probably. Anyways, I'm pretty much able to just stomp my way through Bruno's team, like literally use the move Stomp with Almighty the Entei. I also decided to teach Entei Iron Tail just in case any rock types coming up. I knew we had to fight this Onix, so I was like, we need to have a way to kill it somehow. And the next Pokemon to come in is this godforsaken Machamp. My only strategy right now is pretty much just smoke screen it until it cannot hit a single move. One thing that sucks about Bruno's Machamp is it has Rock Slide right now, so it's super effective on both Hothead and Entei. I don't really have a Pokemon that can eat a Machamp move at all. So I had to heal spam here a little bit with smoke screens just until I'd be over half, I go for smoke screen, he misses, thank God, we just go for another one. I just rinse and repeat until eventually he can't hit anything. He's got no vision, and we're just able to fire off Flame Wheels until we get it. Eventually, we are able to secure the KO, and just thank God we were. I thought that was going to end my team again. We have to finish the run with 2 Pokemon, but we were blessed. Now we just got to take on Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, I believe, which we were easily able to take on after a few Flame Wheels each. And there we go. We beat Bruno, person who got rid of our team in the Elite Four. So now we're on to the 4th Elite Four member, Karen, like I said. And now we got to take her on. Dark types are a little more manageable for us, especially her team is just a little more manageable. Like the only crazy threats on her team were like Gengar and Houndoom, both of which were able to pretty much wall. I mean, Almighty doesn't technically wall Gengar, but it doesn't really do much back. Actually, the Gengar didn't do anything at all. It just went for a curse and just killed itself. But yeah, her team went down pretty easily. Houndoom just got walled out. Vileplume was super easy. We had super effective moves, and Murkrow was just a pushover. Karen, I'm sorry, but we're past you, guys. It is time to take on the champion. This is what the entire run has been leading up to. Can we beat this challenge? Can we secure it? Let's find out right now. With only having 3 Pokemon, there really wasn't much room for me to strategize against Lance. I mean, I knew that he led off with Gyarados, and my 2 strongest Pokemon are fire types, so this was just going to be hard from the get-go. So what I decided to do was to lead off with Ditto, and if I can get a transform off on Gyarados, I might be able to take out Gyarados just by using another Gyarados. So that's exactly what I try to do. As soon as I transform, I just fire off a Hyper Beam, and it does more than half, which is just perfect. So if I could just fire off another one, technically should be a kill, right? Just gotta not miss. That's the thing. I swear whenever I use Hyper Beam, it always misses, but thankfully it doesn't this time, and we are able to get the kill on the Gyarados. So that's 1 Pokemon down, 5 more to go, and we only have 3. The next Pokemon to come out is Dragonite, and these have Thunder, so I'm like, all right, we should probably swap now. Not trying to get thundered while I'm a Gyarados. So we go out to Entei, and I'm like, we just got to get some stomp damage off. It's neutral. It's really all I have to hit these dragon types. Eventually, I'm able to get the Dragonite pretty low health. I pop a full restore just to cure my paralysis, and then kill the Dragonite, and there we go. Only 2 more of those to take down. Yeah. Next up, the Aerodactyl comes out, and this Pokemon could honestly make or break this entire run. If I can't get past this, I can't beat Lance, and this Pokemon is super effective on pretty much everything I have. Obviously, it outspeeds Ditto. I don't know what to do. So my best option is honestly to do the exact same strat that we did to Machamp and just spam smokescreen till it looks like Snoop Dogg's hotel room. And that's exactly what we did. I used smokescreen, healed up until we were at full, and this Aerodactyl was at -6. Now I just gotta figure out how to do damage to this. What I decided to do was swap into Ditto, go for the transform, and then try and hit this Pokemon with its own attack. Obviously, Ditto's transform does copy stat boost, so we're also gonna be like -6 accuracy. So this was a really weird play to make, but I feel like it was one of my only plays. Like, Rock Slide eventually was gonna crit, we were gonna die. Plus, now we get to see purple Aerodactyl, and that just looks beautiful. Now, thankfully, I do get super lucky, and not only do I hit a Rock Slide on this Aerodactyl, but I also flinch it. However, I still gotta hit one more move to secure the kill. And finally, after like 4 turns of constant missing on both sides of the field, we finally land a wing attack, and we get the kill on the Aerodactyl. Next up, we gotta take on another Dragonite, which is just the most annoying Pokemon to fight. Basically, I had to swap to Hot Head, and I'm spamming Strength until it just kills. That's what I gotta do. After 4 or 5 Strengths and maybe a Hyper Potion or 2, we are able to secure the kill on Dragonite. We got one more Dragonite to go. Of course, there's 2 Pokemon, Charizard being the other, but one more Dragonite, and we are home free. Charizard is a lot easier to take on considering, you know, we are a fire Pokemon, so he goes for Hyper Beam. He's got a recharge. We just Strength in the meantime. We are able to get the kill. And now we are on the final Dragonite, the final Pokemon to take on in this challenge, actually. And this one does have Outrage, which does a lot of damage. However, we can use that to our advantage, considering he could hit himself in Confusion. That'd be really, really nice. That's a free turn of not only no attacking, but it's free damage on Dragonite, which is perfect. So, same strategy applies to this one. Going for Strength, just trying to live as much as we can. But we are able to snag the kill on Dragonite, and that answers the question, yes, we are able to beat Pokemon Crystal while losing a team every time we lose a Pokemon.
And that's gonna do it for this challenge. One thing I need to make sure I do is give a shout out to Tassie Josh in the comments. They were the person who actually gave me the idea for this challenge. So if you guys have any other ideas for challenge runs, feel free to leave them in the comments and maybe I'll even do them. And if you happen to enjoy the video and you do want to support it, make sure you go ahead and drop a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. And if you're not subscribed to the channel already, consider subscribing. We got Pokemon challenges like this, Pokemon randomizer playthroughs, and streams every Monday, Wednesday, Friday here on YouTube. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, everyone.